Hey, light workers, welcome back to another live Wednesday this time. Thank you all for being here. We're gonna just get started in a little bit here with all this celebrations. It's a really exciting live and also a really exciting recording that this will go up on YouTube and on Instagram. So we'll give our few minutes and then get some people up in here, and that way we can meditate a little bit with the ancestors, talk about these beautiful traditions that um, involve this pagan Celtic holiday, which is Halloween, its origins, but also talk about personally my culture, which they celebrate Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. So help me with your likes. Let's get the algorithm going, and it's just gonna be a great time today. One second here. Thank you for all those hearts. Just my last minute notes here. Hey Luna, thanks for joining. We're just giving our few minutes here, and then we'll get started. At 7:07 is when I usually start, and we'll start talking about this beautiful tradition. Just help me out with your likes, help me out with commenting. That way we get this algorithm going. And then we'll start in 2 minutes. It's a lot of information, but it's a beautiful tradition that we have. It's something that is part of who we are, our ancestors, our past loved ones, and those that, yes, it is more, the veil is the thinnest at this time between earth and the heavens, between earth and the underworld and the universe, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not always there, guiding, supporting, and helping us. They are intrinsically part of our DNA. Each cell, like we've spoken on these lives before, have the challenges, the triumphs of our past generations, of the ancestors. So this is a time when we get to honor them, when we get to make them the protagonists and give them a space physically back on Earth. And with that, it's 7:07 officially. Welcome everybody. This is I Am Third Eye Pisciano. I am a shaman, mystic, and today I'll be your underworld guide. So we'll start talking about this beautiful tradition. It's no mystery that Halloween's right around the corner. Fall is in its full effect right now. And let's talk a little bit about the origins of Halloween. Halloween dates as early as what texts have told us, as early as the 9th century in Ireland. But it was not known Halloween as we know it today. It was Samhain. Samhain, this was the origin. It marked really, and it was the pagans, the Celtics, that this holiday tradition, if you will, was part of 4 of their fire rituals that they did throughout the year to mark the change of season, or to mark the end of the harvest and the beginning of winter. And part of this 4 rituals that they did, fire rituals, specifically with Samhain, it was, hey Tisa Vedra, specifically with Samhain, it was about, it was a time of celebration, of dancing, of getting together. It was almost like the last party, if you will, of the community. And they would light a communal bonfire. Let's say back, and especially back in these days, it was something that they would do in the middle of the town, and they would light this huge bonfire, dance around it. They spoke to their gods and to their past loved ones. They too knew of this idea, or of this time that's marked during Halloween, during Dia de los Muertos, and they had this knowledge that the veil was the thinnest. So each family or each person would grab a torch from this communal bonfire, and the idea was that they would return that fire back into their home, into the hearth, if you will, lighting up their homes for the winter months to come. So this was the beginning of this was Samhain. It later turned into offerings that we will get more into because it's related to Dia de los Muertos, but they did these offerings to their past loved ones, or the dead, if you will. And it was related with pumpkins. They used different fruits and foods. And they too, I think they used water, they used liquor, they used the fire. But it was all these offerings and treats that they would offer for them to have this good luck, this prosperity, this protection from the ancestors. So that's why this tradition of trick or treat started from there, originated as we know it now in modern days. It's Halloween, and that was the origin from that. But it's what's really, surprising in this, especially from my Mexican origins and having my culture and my identity, how they too knew this idea and this knowledge that we have to revere and honor the ancestors and the past loved ones, and not from a place of ego and sadness, but from a place to know that they truly are around us in spirit. Yes, the body is no longer here, but the soul and the energy is what produce. It's what is fine. It's infinite. It's never dies. It's truly still there. And when the veils de thinness, we're able to perceive their energy around us. Again, this is not to say that just because during this period they're not with us all year round. The ancestors are part of our spirit team, and we've established this in these lives, and we know and now are conscious of these ancestors that also make up our spiritual identity. And that also physically we have all their challenges, all their triumphs stored in each and every cell of our DNA. And this is why it's so important for cutting cords, for cutting karmic contracts, because sometimes they could be carried over from what ancestors did not heal. And we need to do this from a loving way. So, turning it to the Mexican culture of Day of the Dead, El Día de los Muertos, this is also a time like Samhain, and it goes back to the natives of the land before Spanish colonization. And even with Spanish colonization, they brought in certain artifacts and objects that we know as the ofrendas, the offerings, and what we know as the modern day altars or altares. And so it's really a mixture of European and native cultures. We start with November 1st, which is the Day of the Angels, or El Día de los Angelitos. And this speaks about those souls that left Earth as children, as babies not born yet, those more pure, if you will, souls of Earth. They are celebrated on the 1st. They're honored and revered. And you can start setting up your altar even before that, because now, October 27th, we mark for our furry babies, our pets, the animals in our life. That's when they start approaching Earth. So we can start setting it up from there. On the 1st comes the Day of the Angels, and that night we can light the candles, we can light the path in order to receive our ancestors, our past loved ones on the 2nd. And this consists of setting up an altar, a physical altar in your home. There's a lot of towns in Mexico, especially in southern Mexico. It's a big party. It's a big tradition that they do in the cemeteries. And what they do, they take a lot of these ofrendas, or it translates to offerings, to welcome the dead back to Earth. And it's a way of honoring them and of showing this respect, and that we are aware of their presence in our life, even if we physically can't see them anymore. There's certain ofrendas that are kind of like your basic or your must-have in your altar. So let's get into what those are. One of the ofrendas is water. Water symbolizes the fountain of life. And it helps for those spirits, those animas that are our ancestors, even those ancestors that we don't know, even those ancestors whose pictures we don't put in the altar. We cannot really truly always know, because of our human limitation, who is coming through. So we put this, if we put a cup of water, we put some sort of uh, water in the altar to represent this fountain of life, but also for these spirits to quench their thirst after this big um, voyage or traveling that they've done in the astral plane to reach us here. The the next ofrenda is salt. So literally just putting a cup of salt or salt in any type of container. This symbolizes this and it helps the spirit to stay pure. So it symbolizes purification of the spirit and protection, and to make sure that any animus or any spirits that are coming through, the salt helps to cut any negativity or even any negative aspects of them or anything that they have not forgiven. Another one to mention with that one, like I think it's related to also with salt, is you can even with ashes, like if you keep your ashes from the incense that you burn, doing a cross with ashes, and also of course all this is if it resonates with you, also helps to mitigate any negative energy that could come through, or even of our ancestors, that there could be things that they still have not even forgiven themselves. So to help mitigate that and purify, we put the salt, or we can put that cross of ash. Of course, very importantly, your candles. Your candles are essential in the altar. They represent light, hope, faith, and it guides the animas and the spirits to come into the altar, into the home, into the land of the living. Uh, Sometimes, and especially this in cemeteries or in big altars, they, even though they don't have necessarily a picture of the person, they sometimes could put each candle symbolizing one spirit. So that's another thing that is seen. Of course, essential also is incense, or if you want to really be traditional about it, copal, which copal was what the natives used, the Aztecs and all these tribes that started this tradition would use. And again, this kind of piggybacking with the salt, this is to help purify the environment and make sure that there is no negative entities or any unwanted energies there. So, and especially since this veils the thinness, sometimes, again, because of the human limitation, we don't know what can come through. So very important to have some type of incense, sage, something that keeps going and keeps burning in order to purify, protect the home, the space, the environment, and of course also protect our past loved ones. Flowers are also very important. The typical flower that is used is the cempasúchil, or it translates in English to the marigold flower. This flower symbolizes happiness. It symbolizes celebration, because really what we're doing here, we're celebrating them. We're honoring them, remembering them in this way. This is not a tradition to be sad, to hold that grief, but to remember them exactly how they were, and to live life how they would have wanted to live, or how they would have wanted us to live. And that's why we have this importance of the marigold flower. And two important ways you can use it is down the middle of your altar, you can lay out the petals of the marigold. This symbolize, like creating this path, symbolizing the path that the spirit and the animals can come through. And very importantly, of course, creating an arch helps to establish this portal, if you will, which the portal's there regardless. Even if you don't do an altar, the portal's there. But putting this arch kind of gives the spirit and this animals this energy of happiness, of celebration, that welcoming them in with the power and of the cempasúchil flower, of the marigold, and truly gives them this sense of lightness and of happiness when they're coming in. It's basically you're reinforcing this portal and the direct connection that's being made at that time. And another object that's also very important is el petate. El petate is this mat woven from dried palm leaves, and this is to represent that once the spirits and the animals have crossed the path and they are here enjoying of all these ofrendas, this mat almost kind of symbolizes like a place where they rest. So important to put that. Another very essential ofrenda is a toy dog, or el escuincle, as they call it. And this is many, and again, these are the definitions that resonate with me, that I know how I was taught and what I've learned and heard. But many people have different definitions for each of them. But I'm around the ballpark. But for the dog, it's usually a toy for kids' spirit, symbolizing almost like this innocence, this youth. It can also be connected with our furry pets and all those animals that passed as well. And it's also the symbol of protection, of protecting the animals and the spirit as they're entering Earth. Another, of course, we can't miss this ofrenda, very important, bread, or as they call it, pan de muerto, which translates to like bread of the dead. And this represents really the life and death duality, and the mortality that the body carries, but also the immortality of our spirit. And these are very essential. One thing to mention, going back to the dog, because I just saw my notes and I remember, and this really caught my attention when I was doing this research. Going like overlapping with the dog and talking about protection, it's also protection of the animals, because in Aztec culture, it is believed that when you're on the other side, there's these levels that you go through. So when the animals in the spirit's portal opens up and they're coming back down through these levels, there is this last river that they have to cross. And this dog, or escuincle, helps them to cross this river. And it's the river of Chiconahuapan. So you can look it up. It's, again, Chiconahuapan. It's a very hard word to say. It's an Aztec word, but it's symbolizing that that's the last river they have to cross in order to reach Mictlan. And then that's when they can cross into Earth. And those are really the essential ofrendas that they, Tisa Bader, I was about to mention that. Yeah, I really saw that, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. That's really a lot of Aztec lore and what their beliefs was. And so that to me, it was beautiful. I still have to put in my altar myself. Of course, other things, these are the essential ofrendas or items on the altar, but of course we cannot forget, and we can make it fun. We can put pictures of our past loved ones. We can put food, fruit, spices, cinnamon. We can, mole is any food that you want, but mole is really a big plate or cuisine that's a representation of this tradition. Of course, we can't forget sugar skulls. Sugar skulls also represent this duality of life and death and of mortality. Even you can even put liquor, right? Liquor, cigarettes, really anything that resonates with you and with your past loved ones. Remember, they truly are coming here, and this is a time for them to enjoy of earthly goods that they now, as spirits, they don't really get to enjoy. So it's really, we're honoring them, we're respecting them, we're giving them that space to enjoy back on earth, and to think about it like you're hosting this party for them, and they're here to make themselves more known presently, and especially with this beautiful ego that wants to tell us that they're dead and they're in a faraway place. Ancestors are always here. And it's also important to mention that, again, it's not necessarily that it has to be this holiday in order to recognize them, to honor them, that they are always part of our spirit team. But there's just a space that's open, and a portal that we can really engage with them and hold that space. So that's very important to mention as well. Another last thing that really stood out for me was almost like the pagans and the Celtics with Samhain. Dia de los Muertos too is also connected to to the elements. And that's true. We have the spirit, of course, ether. We have the water. We have fire, which is the candles or the incense. We have the air element. This you can use this traditional paper that's used for Day of the Dead, and this kind of like or even like a anything that's like made out of paper is like this representation of the air element. Of course, an incense is as well, and of course, earth, right? All the earthly, everything, everything physical, the food, the fruits, all these things, or gifts, these offerings, these ofrendas that we're giving them are intrinsically connected with the element of earth. So also the ashes, all these things, the salt is part of earth. So it's beautiful that it too is also connected. They knew of this. They knew how it was connected with the elements, making it very, part of this tradition that is amazing. It's beautiful, and if you have the opportunity to make an altar, I really encourage you to. Let's see here. Tisa Beta, let's read. Hello, Third Eye. Hello, Miss Tisa Beta. Then she says, I was about to mention that about the river. Helps them find Mictlan. I'm adding a card deck for my grandma who loved playing poker in her girls' night. LOL. Hey, yeah. Great information update. Yes, and honestly, hey, it's whatever resonates. She liked playing cards. You put that. She anything that you remember or it strikes a memory. I know. Here, Drewski said that his dad loved pancakes. Hey, make him mini pancakes and put them there for him. I mean, they will truly. I've even put in shots in the past of liquor, and I've seen as they go down, and it's just amazing how they truly do come here. Candies too are something huge, even for, and for those spirits of kids. Another important thing to mark is, and especially for those babies that never really came out of the womb, and there were those very young spirits. And if you sometimes you don't have a picture of them, you can put anything that represents them, like maybe small baby clothes or like these small shoes. Really anything. You don't necessarily need a picture. Just something that represents them is enough, and they will know that as long as we, like I always say, do it with intention. Okay, y'all. So I know that was a lot of information, a lot to digest. Tisa Bedra says, fun fact, if you open a code one for your ancestors, be sure you also join them with one as well. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, I agree with that. It's a celebration. You're honoring them, and you're really in this middle space of this portal where you can access them easier. Again, you can access them at any time. But yes, it is a more easier. So yes, that's amazing. And thank you for saying all this, Tisa Vader. It really helps. It piggybacks on all this. And again, it's what resonates with you. And we all have different ideas and thoughts. But at the end, that's a little bit of that. I do want to show you guys my altar's not fully done, but it's behind me here. I kind of have it there. So we have the candles. We have this path of the flowers, of the cempasúchil, of the marigold. We have the sugar skulls. We have pictures. We have sage. We have water. I have the salt down here. I also have holy water, candies, fruits, cinnamon. So really, it's what resonates with you. I have the evil eye for protection. I only need the arch to be made. And really, it's better if you turn on the candles till November 1st. And that way we receive them and not confuse the spirits. Also, another tip I would say, try not to put pictures of those loved ones that are still alive today, because this can confuse the spirit world. So better you just put pictures of past loved ones that have truly ascended already. Quedó bien bonito con los dos colores de flores. Oh, thank you, Tisa Vera. She's saying that the altar is beautiful and with both colors. She actually helped me get the flowers. Thank you so much, my friend. These yellow and orange marigold, which it has been amazing putting the altar together even today. Kind of, it made me even, not necessarily sad, but more like this nostalgic feeling of I truly felt like I'm welcoming them back into my space, and that I shall see them again in the next couple days. So that's great. But with that, y'all, I say let's move around things. Let's start meditating and let's make this connection with our ancestors and our past loved ones. Give yourself this opportunity to be first in connection with yourself. When do you really give yourself time to breathe, to recognize your greatness, your physical body, to go inward through your breath, connecting and anchoring and recognizing the spirit that you truly are, and in order to welcome the ancestors, because one day too you will become an ancestor of those future generations. So let's discover our greatness, let's connect, and let's suspend this belief for a little bit. Okay, y'all? So for meditation, you guys know the ordeal. We're gonna, if you're sitting down, you're gonna put your feet flat on the ground, making that connection with the earth. Your back, you want it straight, not too straight, where it's uncomfortable. If you need to put a pillow in the back, that's great. I have one myself. I also, this tip, if you want to straighten the back, you put your fingertips, roll them on your shoulders, and then you drop palms facing up, your hands onto your thighs. And your jaw, you don't want it all the way up your head. You don't want it all the way down. You just want it in this middle part right here where you're kind of looking not straight, but looking just a little bit down. And we're going to close our eyes and just start connecting with your breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Letting the body mark the way that you're breathing naturally. Through your nose. Inhale and exhale. If there's any exterior noises, integrate them into the meditation. Inhale and exhale. Start coming into this place of peace, of harmony, of connection with yourself, and put all your attention in how you're breathing. Without modifying it yet, let your body take over and simply just be the audience. Just be the audience of how your beautiful, magnificent body is alive. Perceive it, feel it, recognize it. Inhale and exhale. All you have to do is inhale, exhale, and follow my voice. If your mind wants to play tricks, start talking to you, telling you of the different tasks that you have to do after this or that you did before this, simply view it, smile it, tell them that you know all this already, and anchor yourself into your breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Don't let the mind distract you from this beautiful connection with yourself. Inhaling life and exhaling all tension, density stored in your body. Inhaling oxygen and exhaling and letting go of all that no longer serves you and that just weighs on you. Inhale and exhale. And slowly but surely start taking control of your breath little by little, inhaling a little bit deeper and exhaling a little bit deeper. Inhaling a little bit deeper, exhaling a little bit deeper and surrendering to the natural rhythm of your breathing, like waves hitting a beachfront. Let the air that's coming in and out of your body take you. Simply flow. Become aware of the greatness inside of you. Start drawing your body like if you were drawing it in a piece of paper. Start perceiving your toes, your feet, your legs and your knees, your thighs. Intentionally inhale and take the air into these areas, filling them with light, your light. And exhale and remove any tension, density, disease that can exist in this area of your body. Take the attention up. Inhale as you start moving around your lower abdomen, your upper abdomen, your back, your chest, and your heart space. And exhale and expulse any negativity, tension, and density that can be present in this area of your body. Inhale and start going in your shoulder area, down into your arms, covering each and every finger, the palms of your hand. And exhale and expulse everything out of this region. Tension, density, and stress. Open up your hands to receive. Let go of any tension. You are safe. Inhale and take this energy into your neck, throat area, your mouth, your nose, your eyes, unclenching your jaw, unclenching your eyelids, perceiving your third eye, your ears, and your crown chakra at the very top of your head. And exhale and expose all tension in this area. Becoming aware and conscious of the spirit within. And of this avatar, this body that's the container of this spirit, of this energy extension of the Creator. And in order to connect a little bit deeper, since we became aware of our physical body, let's take it even deeper to connect with our soul, our energy, with 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Hold. And exhale slowly through your nose. Releasing tension from your shoulders, from your legs, and from any part that still holds tension. Inhale. Hold. And exhale slowly through your nose, releasing all density and tension from your body and connecting with your soul. Breathing is the way there. Inhale. This time expand your lungs. Inhale a little bit more. A little bit more. You can do it. Don't let your mind limit you. A little bit more. Hold. And exhale slowly through your nose, expulsing all negative energy, tension, density, returning to your posture of meditation. Inhale and return to your normal breathing, but this time being in control of it and making it a little bit deeper than you usually would. Slowly inhaling and slowly exhaling. And you can perceive that there's less tension and density in your body, and you're more at peace, balance with this energy of Zen. And this truly is what meditation is. Before connecting with any spirits, spirit guides, ancestors, first recognize the greatness of your physical body and this pure energy that resides in each and every one of us. Let me guide you. Follow my voice, and if the mind wants to play its tricks, just smile and put it on time out. You're in connection now. Start removing the limitations of your physical body and go deeper into the soul that resides within, who you truly are. Pure cosmic energy. Feel it as it travels from your head to your toes and from your toes to your head. All these navis, all these chakras, and these, like if they were freeways, these roads of energy that travel all along your body. This is who you are. And this is who your ancestors are. Part of this cosmic energy that you have inherited from them, all their triumphs, all their challenges. As you're inhaling and exhaling, go deep within. Anchoring yourself into your breathing. As we start making this journey towards our quantum field of unlimited possibilities. Connecting your root chakra, which is found at the base of your spine. Feel as these rays of energies descend from your legs, connecting you and grounding you to the earth like the roots of a tree. Don't judge, just feel. Don't project judgment, just feel as you're connected to Gaia, to Mother Earth. And do the same with your crown chakra, which is found at the very top of your head, as it opens like the petals of a flower, and this pure crystalline tunnel of light directly connected to the Creator enters, connecting your soul with your aura around you and with the Creator itself. Don't project judgment, just feel, perceive the greatness of your energy connected with all the cosmos and this intelligence of each and every starseed, and how we're connected with everyone and everything. As you reach your quantum field, put any colors, any place. Could be a large field, but you look at top and it's filled with the universe, its stars, its planets. Don't limit it. Just feel and perceive. Without losing your anchoring with your breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. And soon you feel in your right shoulder, a hand is placed on it. This is the energy of your father. No matter your relationship with him, your pure energy is connected with his pure energy. Everyone has a father and a mother. And on your left side, you feel a gentler, warmer touch. It's your mother. The union between these two beautiful souls were you. You were a product of their union, no matter the current earthly situation. Honor them as these two spirits that came in contact to create you, to give you life, hope, light, and faith. Their union surpassed any bound of the universe to make you, you. Unlimited, irrepeatable, and simply and originally your energy. Perceive these two beautiful energies as they both have a hand on your shoulder. And behind them, behind your father's right shoulder, is his father, your grandfather. And on his left shoulder is his mother, your grandmother. These are your paternal grandparents, which also their union were part of the story of your lineage that created your father and all the masculine aspects of yourself. On the left side, on your mother's right shoulder, is her father. And on her left shoulder, her mother. And you also perceive that love and that union that created your mother, in which you intrinsically inherited all your feminine traits, as you are 50-50 energy of this union. Behind your grandparents is your great-grandparents. It does not matter if you did not know them in the physical. They, like the roots and the branches of a tree, are inconceivably part of this story. Every challenge, every triumph led to the birth of your grandparents, which led to the birth of your parents, which led to you. Honor them, respect them, and simply perceive them. Inhaling, exhaling, and putting a smile in your face. For you are connected with this lineage. All their story, all their history, everything that encompassed who your lineage and the history of your family is. And behind your great-grandparents are your great-great-grandparents. All 16 of these individuals with this pure cosmic energy, all their challenges, all their triumphs, all their successes, their love, their unions, and everything they learned on their time on earth was passed down to your great-grandparents, which was passed down to your grandparents, which was passed to your parents, and which is now cosmically woven into your spirit and physically woven into the physical aspect of who you are and all this lineage that you carry. It does not matter the story, it matters the energy and the love of all these unions, of these 32 individuals that created you. Inhale and exhale. Feel the strength of all the ancestors present at this time. For behind your great grandparents follows their parents and their parents, and successively all these unions behind them and all these ancestors till the beginning of time, when there was two persons that created the history of this lineage. Their encounter here on earth was irrepeatable and was necessary for you to be here today. Honor that aspect, love that aspect, respect that part of the history. Just feel it as all this energy runs from the beginning of time into you. Like the energy that we felt, these roads of energy within you, feel as they too are of the ancestors. And in front of you, you perceived all those other ones, all those loved ones, family, friends, even furry babies, those pets that have ascended before us. You perceive them in front of you as one by one they celebrate this space where you're at in connection with them. For all those past loved ones, family, friends, and furry pets also make up your ancestors and make up your spirit team. They have a message for you, and I'll leave you the next minute to be in connection with your breathing, with your energy, and with all these beautiful beings, which are the ancestors. You could see symbols, shapes, hear a word, hear a whisper, something caress your cheek. Everything is perfect and everything counts. Just feel. Don't let the mind sabotage this beautiful connection. Feel their power. Feel their strength. Feel them beside you, not only today, but each and every day. For as you respect and honor them, they too honor and respect you in the same way. Feel their energy and all this knowledge that they are passing down to you. And you can reach them at any time through your breathing, through this exercise. Do this as many times as you need. It's time to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And time to say goodbye. But they never truly leave, because we are them and they are us. You are them and they are you. And we start descending back into our physical body, the same way that we came here, with 3 deep inhales and exhales. Inhale. Exhale and start perceiving your physical space and your physical body. Inhale. Exhale and start perceiving the exterior noises around you and this new knowledge, power, and energy that surrounds your aura and your being. All these downloads that you have just received just for being in connection with yourself. Inhale. And when you exhale, this time, slowly, without letting the mind rush the process, start moving your fingers, your toes, your feet, and your legs. Your body like you're dancing into the flow and the rhythm of the ancestors. Your legs, your arms, your fingers, your palms, your shoulders in circles, twice back, twice in front. Move your head around in circles, very slowly coming back. And as you're coming back, perceive all that energy that flows now within and around you. Slowly open your eyes and stretch. Stretch, 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 stretch. Reset the body. This is the way that we tell the body it's like a refresh. Because we are different now. We're more in connection with the ancestors, with our energy, with our greatness, with the light within us, and the light and knowledge that we've inherited from all the challenges and triumphs of the ancestors. As we start rushing back to Earth, as we start landing, tell me how it went for y'all. Were you guys able to do this meditation? Were you guys able to connect? Now you guys can start liking again, sending your comments. What's going on? What did you guys see? How did you guys feel? I did a similar meditation this morning and inevitably the tears started coming out. But again, and something important to mention, especially during these times of tradition and of Day of the Dead and Dia de los Muertos. And if you missed the conversation at the beginning, I really assure you that once I'm done and we post this, you go back and hear about each and every ofrenda and about the altar. But when we do this, never do it from a place of ego, of sadness. They feel that too. Do it with respect, with strength, with honor and happiness. That they were part of the story of your lineage. And that through all those unions, you became you. You are here in this earthly plane. Tisa Beirda says, I couldn't finish the meditation. My ego was getting on the way. Wow. Yes. And this is, of course, especially when it comes to familial bonds. This is something that can happen very much, but know that it's like working out, right? Even those bad days are good days. And there was a reason why your ego had to sabotage you. There was a reason, and there's something there. And maybe that's the message, right? That you need to practice more this connection with the ancestors, not just on an earthly basis, but also in a spiritual basis. I can relate to this. It was very hard when I started with the ancestors. When I started my journey of meditating and of connecting, it was hard to release because our ego wants to constrain us to what we know of them in the earthly plane. But these are energies, like we are pure energy inside. So that could be your message. But I'll definitely give this meditation another try on the first second. Yes. Yes, very important. And again, remember, like I said, you can do this at any time. Doesn't have to be during this time, but yes, it's very good because the energy is more potent and the veil's thinner. Another thing I didn't mention from the altar is that sometimes in the altars we put different levels. Like you can like this. I don't know if you guys see it here. Like there's kind of like those stairs. This represents the connection with the earthly plane, the heavens, and the underworld. So also this opening of this portal. And when we put in the altar, it's more of a solidifying it, solidifying this connection. This was great. All right, y'all. How y'all feeling? How we doing? Anybody else meditate? Oh, hey, ChemCon. I did see that you joined, but I didn't know if you were able to do the full meditation. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you're here in this phase. ChemCon says, so weird, but I've never really thought about my grandparents' parents and who they could have been. Although I never met them, I am part of a fusion of many individuals. Oh, most definitely. And maybe again, that's your message, right? Like, maybe that's the message of maybe having to explore more the history of your lineage and see who they were. Maybe that was your message. Maybe your message is to explore a little bit more of who they were, because the first, like per se, the lines behind us of the ancestors, the first lines, it's comprised of 32 people. It's your parents, it's your grandparents, which are 4, that's 6, your great grandparents, 8 of them, that's 16, and then your great grandparents, that's another 16 individuals, which makes 32. Just in that little, in your lineage, just right behind you. Now imagine going further to the beginning of time when your lineage or your history of your family started. Can you imagine, like, all those unions, all those challenges, all that triumph, their successes, all the history, no matter good or bad, but at the end they were souls on this earth, and they were here for growth and evolution, and that passed on until they reached you. Were you able to meditate, Drewski? Oh, good. I'm glad. That's awesome.
I was in my grandparents' house.
Oh, that's beautiful. Drewski says he was at his grandparents' house. He went there. That's awesome. That's good. That it's always a sign of honoring them, of our ancestors, and that's just how where you were meant to go. I felt like, since I was guiding it, I just felt like I was in almost like this astral field. Like the field is made up of grass, but then the sky is like made of all the cosmos. And then I just started feeling them behind me, and also all these other past loved ones in front of me. And I guess another important message, there was a lot, but I didn't say this during the meditation, but it was there for each and every one of you that meditated and that will meditate later on. I also saw the future generations, in front of us, saying all this knowledge, all this work, all this healing, all these cutting cords and karmic cycles are healing the future generations. So take that as it resonates, but that too was there in that space. Thank you so much for sharing, guys. This was awesome. This was great. Well, I say let's pull some cards now at this time. Let's see what further messages are here for us. Set an intention. Remember, don't force it to fit. Just take what resonates. This is collective. If you want a personal reading, you can always book one with me through my Linktree link on my profile. But yes, Tisa Bedro, if you're still around here, yes, keep practicing this. Keep going towards this. Even you still gave yourself the opportunity to be here, so that's truly what matters. All right, I'm gonna set just some intentions here. God, source, universe, angels, archangels, ancestors, more potently, and all those beings of light that compromise our spirit team, please shield us in a holy divine white light, protecting us of any exterior dense negative energy, and only allowing the most highest and best messages for me, for my collective, and for each and every individual that will reach these messages. Mote it be. All right. Remember, y'all, again, it's a collective message. Don't force it to fit, but and we'll go. Just set an intention right now, what you think you need to hear from the ancestors, and that will come in. All right. All right. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that one came out. Ooh, two came out flying. Beautiful, beautiful, y'all. All right, we start with the Devil card. It makes sense. Ego, earthly attachments, constraint to the earth, to the bounds of our physicality. And it's this duality, correct? It's this duality between our physical body, our avatar, and all the earthly attachments that even sometimes ancestors, even ourselves, it can be hard to let go, to let go of the physical, and that it constrains us and it leaves us martyr. That's why there's this essence of nostalgia, because sometimes we get nostalgic and we get sad, and grief kind of like covers our aura, because it's telling us that these people, these individuals, these past loved ones, which are the ancestors, are dead. But the reality is, it only takes you to connect with yourself, your greatness, and go within and to recognize and be aware that they are not gone, that they are a spirit like you are now. You're a spirit inside this physical body, and only if you get into this meditative state and you can connect to your heart, you connect with them. Not only during this time, but during the time of upheaval. Even if you need to ask a petition for anything, they usually are more forgiving than any other saint. They are there for you. That's why this duality here, right? This duality of the earthly realm, of the attachment of our physical constraints. Don't let that limit yourself, that you are able always, as they say, pick up the cosmic phone, connect your Wi-Fi, and talk to them. Get guidance from them. As Kemcon says, hey, I need to explore more about my grandparents' parents. Maybe there's a message there. Maybe there's something. Maybe there's a struggle that you are going through here on earth, and there can be some insight for you in that. That's why it marks this Six of Cups energy, these memories, the memories of the lineage, and that we need to explore it, and we need to open it up and start to unpackage what all that means. Sometimes, and especially with with the people back then, and the history of our lineage and ancestors. They were taught to silence many things, to not pass many things, even including to their own children, and a lot of history could get lost there. But now going back, and with this awesome tool of meditating, we can open up that portal in order for us to truly explore the greatness inside of us, and honor them by being the best versions of ourselves that we possibly can, because of all the challenges and triumphs are for nothing. Don't constrain yourself just to the physical and earthly attachments, and that your successes are only physical. No, they are also the way that you heal. They are also the way that you heal, because every time you heal, you cut cords, you close out karmic cycles. You are also healing the ancestors and all the lineage, because future generations will feel that healing, all that job that you did for healing. Remember that. As the bottom of the deck says, there's this King of Wands energy mentioning this fire within you, that you, like the lion, have this capacity to take action, to lead by example, to lead by who you are, and that you are direct representative of all this lineage of the history, and that this fire should be your motivation, your encouragement, the vitality to go towards your manifestation. It's great to manifest and to want, but we have to put action. That's the job that corresponds to us. We can ask our ancestors and our spirit team for all the help that we need, but that's 50%. The other 50% is us acting upon those blessings, our healing, our journey here on earth, and that there's growth and evolution that we need to keep doing. I actually love this very much right here. I'm gonna pull one more. I feel like it was pretty straightforward. Oh my god, I love this. Yeah, it came out real quick. This Three of Wands energy. This is, again, this fire element, and mentioning this creativity. All this creativity that's been given to you. Because you can say, how can I act upon this? How can I act upon my blessings? By being creative, by connecting, by thinking outside the box. This happens when you get out of the constraints of your comfort zone, and you are willing to put in the work, and that's when the miracles and the path starts opening in front of you. It kind of reminds me like the altar, like these candles, like this path opening. We can learn from the ancestors that this path of blessings and of new beginnings is opening up right in front of us, especially with the Scorpio season. This 1/1 portal with the new moon November 1st, 11/11 portal on the 11th, and the full moon with Taurus grounding us into the blessings that we've been manifesting. Put in the work, put in action. And like it says underneath the deck is this Ace of Pentacles, because they want to give you the blessings that you deserve, those open doors, those new opportunities, that new job, that new home, that new place. It is being opened, and it's being given to you in the physical. But that's why it's saying, don't succumb to just the physical. Recognize the love, the strength of the ancestors and within you, and how you're intrinsically connected with all this. And you can do this through the altar, through the memories, through the pictures, through talking, even if you have your parents, about your history, your family history. Let's ask these questions. And you can do this through this flow of creativity that's coming in, and that will knock down the doors of anything that's covering you from your blessings, even from your own self, and opening this portal of the Ace of Pentacles. Now you're receiving it like with a lot of handful. This is no other ace but the physical ace connected to the earth element. This also kind of gives me the energy of the Taurus full moon. Think about it. From here to the Taurus full moon to November 15th, what do you want to manifest? Manifest it, submit your petition to the universe and the ancestors, and then from there, put fire, put action, put vigor, dedication, discipline to go towards that goal. I like it there. I did see this water peeking. Water, because there is water. I did see this card peeking, so I kind of pulled it out right now, and I really like this message here. All this that's happening, and all this healing process, and all these, if you take action and you really can intentionally lead with this fire, you will be going into more calmer waters mentally, physically, spiritually, and you're navigating from a storm into a more into this more place of peace, of calmness, of serenity, right? Of not letting the ego sabotage each and every moment of our life. It already does it. But if we can connect, it's a tool. It can lead us into this more calming waters and receive. All the blessings are already in store for us. Only if you act. I think the message is very clear right there with the tarot. So let's move on to the oracles. That was actually very beautiful, y'all. And of course, I had to pull my angels and ancestors oracle. Put the intention, guys. Put it in the space now. And let's see what comes up. Don't force it to fit. It's collective. Let's see what ancestors are peeking. What angels are here. Who's guiding all this? What's the best and highest message you have for this collective tonight? There's one. Oh, there's a few there. All right, I'm just going to read those. Okay. Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. And there's a lot of this fire action. Why? Because we are being called to take action. It's no more time to think about it. It's not time to see if the manifestation comes, if it falls into my lap from earth. No, it's taking action, being assertive, and knowing exactly what you want so you can go for it without nothing getting in your way. And this way we see all the different parts of us and our complexities and who we are, and that's when we start alchemizing, and that's when the magic gets unlocked. That's when manifestation, that's when abundance comes in, because we're recognizing that when this challenge is in front of us, it's there only to take us out of our comfort zone, only to learn how to navigate it, act on it, and then bring in the blessing. There's nothing ever. The universe is always yin and yang. Yin and yang. It's always out of correcting itself. The same darkness comes the same amount of light. Sky Father. Trust in the unknown. Creator energy. God with this ego, universe, Buddha, Allah, however you resonate with it. Very connected, because you are a creator. You are a god or goddesses yourself. A bunch of gods and goddesses out here right now. We're all, because we're energy, we're the spirit, we're directly like this thunder, right? I don't know why I got like the song thunder, then thunder, like lightning, but the thunder, like I don't know, I'm getting that song. I feel like it's kind of saying like, remember, you are electrical, you have that energy inside of you, and you are made, your spirit, from the creator, so you have all its abilities as well. That's why you have this power to connect with the ancestors, because these are your innate birthrights of abundance, of richness, of perfect health, of open opportunities, of each and everything you deserve, but you have to act on it. You have to know what you want and manifest it, put your petition, act on it, and go get it. Wise one. Grow within your current situation. And you see here, we got the masculine, we got the feminine, and these are the different aspects of ourselves, like we mentioned in the meditation. We have the masculine from our father, we have the feminine from our mother, and that's why it's magic, because we're alchemizing two different elements within us. That's why we create magic with what we do. And with this feminine energy, wise one, grow within your current situation. It's really asking us of these deep connection. Maybe crows and owls may be significant. I know I've been seeing a lot of crows lately. So definitely they're these messengers of telling you, hey, connect with the underworld, with who you truly are as a spirit. And when you can connect and be in that space of meditation, put that petition right there, submit it, see yourself. Don't be like, maybe one day, tomorrow, one day it'll happen. Hopefully remove those vocabulary and say, I am abundance, I am open opportunities, I am rich, I am perfect health, I am strong, I am action, I am assertiveness. Own it. Fake it till you make it, y'all. Literally. Fake it till you make it. And not even about faking it, it's about really owning all that you truly are. But we just forget. Our ego sabotages us and tells us that we can't do it, but truly we can. Like the devil card that came out, that's ego. That's why, remember, you are a wise one. You are a collection of all your ancestors. If you couldn't do the meditation, go back and do it, and you can feel that power running in. I kind of like that these two, and again, we get this duality, this kind of feminine, masculine aspect, and they're very similar, these two. So I really like that they kind of came out together. Traveler, move in a new direction. Hey, if what's not working right now, the way that you're doing a certain thing, a certain craft, move into another direction. You're not a tree. You're not rooted where you're at. Move to that other job. Move cities. Pull that trigger. It's full energy, right? That leap of faith. Take it. You will never know until you don't do it. And the ancestors remind us of that. How some of them could have been in this place of not being able to do truly what they wanted. Let us remember our goddesses, woman, right? How they were more constrained before, even as humanity as a whole, without being able to travel, less technology, and now its ancestors see us like we have this freedom, we have this liberty, and all these tools and that we can access within us and the exterior. So if you need to move in a different direction and start all over, that's perfect. It's always a great time to start over. What's not good is letting ego sabotage it, paralyze you, and then that just staying as dreams in your head, and then one day ending with your physical body ending and getting to the end of your life knowing that because of fear, because of ego, because of nervousness, you didn't go beyond that to create the life that you truly deserve and that your ancestors want you to create. And the last one, trader, exchange energy to create abundance. And there's a little piggybacking of what I was just mentioning earlier, this yin and yang energy, right? What you give, you receive. Doesn't matter. And this we can apply with the ancestors too, right? There could be trauma bonds. There could be this lineage of trauma, of hurt, of pain, of violence, whatever this seems like it. We can always pour love back to them, even if those people are not in this earthly plane anymore. We can pour and heal because we're healing the lineage as well. This also applies to your abundance in the physical. The way that you act, that you put in that work, will create the abundance and the richness that you're seeking. Be a trader in everything you do. Be smart with your craft. Do your research. Act on upon it. Be assertive with what you want. Tell the universe what you want and embody it. Not tomorrow, not the next day. Today, here, and now. At the bottom of the deck, I was waiting for this card to come out. It didn't, but it peeked at the bottom of the deck. Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. This is very high priestess energy. Again, reminding us of that innate abilities and knowledge that we have of the ancestors within us and of our whole spirit team and the creator and this legion of spirit of beings of light that are giving us medicine. We can tap into that medicine in order for us to move on, to heal, to let go the history of or the story of our lineage, to change that direction. Like the traveler tells us, change the direction of your family, of your lineage, of who you are. You are given the opportunity to breathe. That's what we connect. What do we do in the meditation? First, we connect with ourselves, our breathing, our physical body, recognize our greatness, and boom, connect with who you want. It's kind of the same energy here. They have left already. They're not in this earthly plane anymore. So it's up to us now to change that history and the lineage and make it a lineage of love, of respect, of honor, of hard work. of all these abundance and change, because many of us too also grew up with this history or this yes, history of not being the servant of the full abundance and of limiting ourselves, that oh, just this is enough and comfortable. No, 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 no. They want us to be rich and abundant, creative and prosperous in all the areas of our life. There's not just money physical, there's also in everything else, in good relationships, in good networking, in good spaces, even within yourself, all those spaces to permit yourself to recognize your greatness, like it is meditating. Tap into your own medicine that resides in each and every one of us. You don't know how to do that? DM me, talk to me, come to the lives. We'll start something. We'll start something daily. We can start a group. Whatever we need to do, we can do it. But we have to get together for this. We have to recognize our greatness, know it, move on from there. All right. Enough with the angels and ancestors. That was really beautiful. And I'll finish with the star seed oracle, because of course those are our ancestors too, the star seeds. A lot older ancestors that maybe we weren't even able to perceive that, or that we did perceive but we didn't know. But at the end, how we're all part of the universe, and that too is part of our lineage and our history. So let's see here, y'all. Again, don't force it to fit. Take what resonates, run with it, and leave the rest. Starseed Oracle. Let's go. Let's see. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? So another one. Both these cards have an arch and a portal, y'all. So the portals are present. The veil's thinner at this time. So I can't make this up. I really cannot. All right, there we are. 3 to end us with. And the first one that jumped like crazy, and I really like this because I kept speaking about taking action. Okay, it's no more time to think. New beginnings are arising. Take action. Be assertive. Be within your power to go and conquer what you need to take. And of course, right, not overstepping on anybody or doing it from a place of ego, but of more of abundance and of prosperous, because this is what you deserve, because this is what is your innate birthrights. And how do we do this? Through baby steps. Don't try to eat the whole cake in one sitting. Take it slice by slice. And that's what this card says here. Baby steps. Action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. I'll put it closer so you guys can see the card. There for YouTube. And then for Instagram here. It's all in baby steps. See, just taking those baby steps until we reach our destiny. It's not about the journey, the destiny. It's not about where you're going to end. It's about the journey and what we learn through there. That's where the intuition comes. And that's where knowledge and where our strength comes from, because it's all these adversities and challenges that make us grow, that kick us out of our comfort zones, and that we have to do even things that even sometimes we shock ourselves that we didn't even know we were capable of doing. But before and that's okay. That's why it's important to make meditation a habit. So that way we connect with our greatness, with us first, our intuition, and really make sure if that makes sense to take that next step. So baby steps is the way. It's perfect. I love these cards so much. All right, the next one, another portal. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. I don't know, y'all, but I don't know if it's Pleiades. I don't know, but it's this energy of these star seeds that are in the universe, and there's this theory that meant why this big spiritual awakening that's been going on in the modern time is because of these beings that were sent to Earth to come and heal it, to have it leave from those constraints of the darkness that we were heading to, and putting all these beings of light in order for us to learn to recognize ourselves and that we are part of the universe itself, not just this materialistic part of it. So I feel like they have been getting very close lately, and there is actually this like 7-star constellation which I actually saw when we went to Idlewild back in June. So I don't know, they've been close. Remember, they too are ancestors. They too are part of our energy as a soul. So take that as it resonates, y'all. But visionary, remember the spirit within. Remember that greatness. Remember the yeah, you're a psychic too. You're a mystic. You're powerful. Don't let your mind limit you or tell you that you're not capable of doing anything, or going towards your next goal, your next desire, dream, project, whatever that looks like to you. And to end us with, I love it because it has the element of water, the seas of Mintaka. I actually haven't heard of Mintaka. I might Google it right after we're done here and explore a little bit more. It says, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness into light. Definitely talking about healing, about strength, about being mutable with where you're heading and being able to adapt, right? Adapt, and that almost like I even mentioned our breathing, right? It's like the waves in an ocean. Like there's this, like you see how the waves, they come in, they and you know, you're breathing in, and that's like when things happen to you, when something a door closes in front of you, when you're still thinking about the redirection, when you're trying to find the message within all the darkness, or why all these things are happening, right? Instead of questioning and letting ego take control of us for that moment, because of course emotions are going to happen, that's a human thing, that's inevitable. But instead of us getting into the cart of the emotion and just going on that roller coaster ride, how about like the waves, we retract from the situation, we see it from an eagle's eye, from this third, almost like a third person energy, see the whole big picture, and connect with ourselves before exploring other people's opinions, before exploring any other methods, anything, right? However this resonates with you, first explore within, retract, hermit mode energy. So when you come back as the tsunami, as this big wave, but with strength, with power, with assertiveness, and to land where you need to go. I don't know. I just channeled that right now, and I saw it like retracting, hermit mode, taking care of what you need to, maybe those aspects, maybe even those habits, those creative projects, even if they don't even give you money, like painting a picture, reading a book, all those little things that sometimes we lose for being in the ego, for being in other people's energies. We retract, we remember our greatness, so we can come back as the tsunami to conquer that beach, which is those blessings, those projects, and those desires. And I think I'll end us right there, guys. I hope you all found a message that you resonated with. This truly was amazing. This was great. Remember, do your altars. If you missed the first part of this conversation, go back. If you missed the meditation, do as many times as you need to, okay? There's no shame in this. We're all in a evolution process, and it's all good, y'all. Alrighty, if you guys need anything, personal reading, meditation, reach out to me. You guys already know the whole ordeal. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you all. See you next week, and namaste. You're welcome, Kamkan. See you next time, guys.